You'll have to excuse how I am completely soaked. I did not anticipate it would be raining right now. It was absolutely pissing it down, and then I went and bought an umbrella, and as soon as I came out the store it was just wind. So useless. Today I just wanted to talk about how sometimes you romanticize the idea of something so much that it becomes detached from reality, and it ends up causing you so much more harm than the original idea would have had. And this is not to say that you shouldn't idealize your dreams and manifest them and make them as real as you can. You're allowed to realize your dreams in any way that works for you, but myself included, there's a lot of people that will take their dreams and attach things that are fiction and accept those things as fact, and then it gets to a point where your original idea or goal is completely detached from reality and what would have been. For example, I really wanted this internship that I was hoping for. I wouldn't say what it was, but I think it was pretty major league, as they say. It's something that I think would have improved my life by 10 times given my current situation. It's something that would have been so perfect. So just to scrap that, my goals for the second year of university, which I'm about to go into, I wanted to save some money, I wanted some work experience, put on the CV, and hopefully I wanted an internship, because if you saw my first video, I really want to go to Cambridge, LSE, some major bigwig university for my master's and doctorate, for no particular reason really. I only applied because one of my friends sent me a link, and I just sort of did it out of boredom. I was like, might as well, the deadline's today. And to my surprise, a few weeks later I got an email saying that they'd actually like to interview me, and that was a complete shock. I'd already gone home, but I thought, okay, I'll just go back to the place I'm living at on campus. And I prepared for the interview, I did the interview, and after it I thought, well, that went as well as it could have gone, and sometimes that's all you really need. You just need something to go as well as it possibly could, and that's enough. But in my head, in the following days until I heard back, I was battling with the idea. I was so scared to find out what the answer would be, and part of me knew, obviously, it was a very competitive internship, and if anything, I was lucky to have been given an interview, and just the experience of having the interview was probably enough. But I'd idealized this, and I'd implemented things that weren't real into this idea. I'd figured out which coffee shop I was going to go to every morning and buy tea and then go into work. I'd figured out what I was going to do with the money, how much I would have earned over summer, what I was going to do with the savings, how I would use it for the next year. I basically planned it out as if it was a real and actual part of my life, which it wasn't. And I found out soon enough that I didn't get the internship. Obviously, part of me had expected it, but when you have these kinds of opportunities and things that you really want, you sort of get in your head that, oh, I won't get it, but I'll hold out hope in case I do. And that's pretty much what I did. I had it so much that I was not going to get it, but I actually was. And when I didn't get it, I just felt so defeated. I thought, well, what could they have wanted from me? That I felt this sense of jealousy, which I suppose is a valid feeling to feel, and if anything, I shouldn't be so bitter about not getting it when it was an internship open to people that were of my age category and learning category, but also to people way above my experience in academic learning so far. So why should I, a first year that's just finished, expect to be out some fourth or fifth or super experienced like person who is really excited for this kind of opportunity? Because if anything, I'd like the opportunity, but mentally I didn't want the opportunity for the opportunity. I just wanted it as a leg up, basically, as something that would have helped me in the future rather than just being the opportunity. And to get past all that, it happens a lot with a lot of people with lots of different ideas and concepts. You will have ideas, say, even just not for specific goals, like some people might want to get a job, or they might want something in particular. They might really be craving an item from a restaurant. They might like someone or be going out with someone, and they will imagine these things. They, like, say for example, if you like someone, and this won't happen in every single case, but in a lot of cases you will put rose tinted glasses on. You will excuse things that will be completely ridiculous for anyone else to do because you like the person. It's like you're wandering through a forest and it's dark and it's foggy, and you see a light in the distance, and you start sprinting. You run as fast as you can towards this light, and as you're running, you run through thorn bushes, and you run past all the flags and all of the signs that what you're running towards isn't real. And you imagine what you're going to do when you bask in the radiance of the light and the shelter. You think how nice it's going to be to have reprieve from the cold, but when you get there, it's just like a firefly or something. It's not what you were expecting, and that's not always the case, but sometimes people can get in their head and make something much greater than it actually is, and you end up gutted. You get to the light and you think, this was just a firefly. I'm so mad. I wanted to be in the shelter. I wanted to be in the warmth, but the warmth never existed, and you made that in your head. You thought the warmth existed because you created the idea and you idealized it, and you thought, this is going to be so nice when I get to this. But the truth underneath all of the mental imagery was completely different to what you expected. And now, weirdly, you feel gutted, even though the concept itself, the firefly, was always true to begin with. The idea you had in your head never existed in the first place. But yeah, that was pretty much it.